Good morning, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, social media for social change. This is my Schaefer hat. I know Governor Schaefer, I know Governor Ehrlich, Glendenning, O'Malley, and Governor Hogan. I got videos with all of y'all. Like I said, I was making a movie about the Democratic Party and the money you make off of stop and frisk and zero tolerance. I'm making a movie off the Stop Snitching video, Baltimore Rewired. From the gutter to the government, from the streets to the seats. So today, have a seat. I'm going to give you a little journey. Because like I said, I'm homeless. I own Shorty's underground ribs on Falls Road. All right, I had to rebuild my everything because you took everything from me. So I rebuilt myself. I rebranded myself. I need a federal and a state audit. From 2007, 2008, I'm out $2.6 million in lost wages, and the state participated in the fraud. Adrian Jones, Marilyn Mosby, Nick Mosby, the Maryland Black Caucus participated in this fraud. And I can show you everything that I'm telling you. I'm a whistleblower on the courts, and I'm a whistleblower on the prison industry. When y'all made that Stop Snitching video and y'all sent all them brothers to jail for marijuana and cocaine and all that, dog, that's where I'm from. I'm cut from that. State of Illinois versus Dwayne Davis, 1986. I turned in guns and drugs to end the war on drugs, to stop the violence. I got a procedure on Monday about my heart. And in the event of my death, I don't want this to go into waste. So if you go to Farmer Nail, he got a USB drive. It got everything that I've been telling y'all on the USB drive. If you go to Delegate Sheila Roof, she got my whistleblower's application. I've been smoking weed since 1972. I don't take no prescription medication. I'm about ending the war on drugs. And we're going to end this lie that you told about me. Poquito negro, loco en la cabeza. I gave Governor O'Malley a toilet and a hat. And I told Governor O'Malley, Chief Johnson, Scott Shellenberger, and Greg Bernstein to beat the best. You got to beat the best, and you ain't beat me yet. I went from tapes to U.S.B. All right, and we're gonna talk about Trey Murphy, all right, and the Oreos. Trey Murphy stole some money. And Leaders of a Beautiful Struggle, Trey Murphy, Davon Love, y'all been making money off of black bodies and black tragedies, and you used the Baltimore block to do it, and that was wrong. So I'm gonna shit on you like I shitted on the other politicians. Brandon Scott got Davon Love and Trey Murphy on his campaign thing, his transition team. They stole money from the black community when he was with Leaders of a Beautiful Struggle, the Algebra Project, and the Baltimore Block. I don't take no money. My records show I don't touch money. I don't do no activism for money, because when you take money, it starts to make you corrupt. Now, Brandon Scott coming in on the Governor O'Malley's mom machine, and I need a federal investigation because I was kidnapped. I was kidnapped in Illinois, and I was kidnapped in Maryland for making a movie about y'all. And we're going to state the facts of the case. This is for the grand jury. We're going to state the facts of the case. This was handwritten while I was locked up in Illinois. We're going to state the facts of the case. You feel me? Attorney Registry Disciplinary Committee. Lisa Madigan in the FBI and the Department of Justice Civil Rights Division. You locked me up in Illinois, and then you locked me up in Maryland. You locked me up for the toilet. That toilet was the same thing. All right? And WJZ got an 1.5-hour video they're going to have to play. You go to the Department of Justice. Like I said, I'm going to pull your card. I'm going to pull your card. Because before I got locked up, Kerry Bennett came to my store. All right? See that? Social media for social change, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. I've been policing the police for a long time. That's the Attorney Registry Disciplinary Committee. Marilyn Mosby got this. That's the Chicago office in 2008. Broshin had this. All right? We talking about Baker. We talking about Bob Cockey. We're talking about the big acquittal. And we talking about Corey McRae. And Corey McRae know all about this too. Corey McRae, Sidnor, Speaker Jones, the Maryland Black Caucus, and the Maryland Black Leadership. Maryland Black Leadership been knowing about this since 2000 and shit. When I started this in 2006. All right, because I wrote the Maryland Black Caucus, I wrote the NAACP, the ACLU, President Bush. I contacted, this is what I did. I was making a social scientific experiment about race and racism and the money y'all make off of stop and frisk and zero tolerance. We was talking about the war on drugs and the money that Gov.O'Malley was making and the laws he was passing. We was talking about the machine he created. Because see, when Schaefer was here, Schaefer used to come to my store and he used to talk about money. All right? And I owned my store. I owned my business. I was a black businessman on Falls Road. So by me being a businessman, I always talked to politicians. I raised money for at Bart Mitchell's house for Michael Steele, and they fucked me on my money. Kendall Ehrlich was there. Her son was there in a cowboy suit. So I learned about y'all's fuckery then. I'm from Chicago, so I already knew that y'all was corrupt. Robert Sabanjan Sr. was the most corrupt official in Lake County, Illinois. They call Lake County Snake County. They call Cook County Crook County. And I grew up in that. I've been in the streets since 1972. McAllister and Helmholtz. I worked for Henry Pullett. He had a grocery store and he used to sell heroin. He was married to my cousin Judy. I used to watch Sheriff Babcock's coming and picking up money. That's when 1972. I had a territorial drug dispute in 1981. I shot up the town in 1986. I came to Baltimore in 1991. I put my guns down, I put my drugs down. I changed my product. I didn't change my hustle. In 2006, I wanted to quit selling barbecue because my store was for sale for $150,000. I was going to take that $150,000 and move back to Lake County, Illinois. Rob Fix had a movie called Letters Desiring. I was going to debut the movie at the Genesee Theater, but y'all locked me up in 2007. Squashed all that. Been shooting this movie since 2006. I got everything I need, but what I want and what I need is two different things. I want the grand jury in 2021. Delegate Sheila Roof has my grand jury request. Under Senate Bill 374, I get to go to the grand jury. Just like the Khalif Browder story, I got 2 Jailhouse Diaries. Just like the Khalif Browder story, I'm going to show you how you treat inmates. Just like the Khalif Browder story, I had to have a couple fights when I was in there to establish my dominancy. I'm an old head, but I still get down. You kept me in the Lake County Jail for 186 days illegally charged. You destroyed evidence for a federal investigation. Sam Cunningham, Mary Cunningham, Angelo Kyle. Y'all know about this from the beginning. Bobby Thompson, Mayor Rockingham, Mayor Sabanjan. This was about the politics and how y'all making money off black bodies in Lake County, Illinois. I got a Jailhouse Diary, and I had inmates from the Lake County Jail sign a petition. That's going to make it a class action lawsuit for a federal investigation. I'm a jailhouse lawyer. I ain't a jailhouse snitch. Get it right. See the Schaefer hat? I'm ignorantly intelligent. I work with 85% of the richest people in this state. Just like the movie, The 13th Amendment, we're going to talk about Alec the corporation, but it's the Greater Baltimore Committee that runs Baltimore. That's who dictates the policies. You use black faces to carry out an agenda of white supremacy because it's a black city, but you just locking up black people for these drugs and violence. Eliminate the war on drugs, we will stop the violence. I gave you a ceasefire program in 2006. You didn't want it because you wanted to keep locking people up. The gun task force came in my house in 2010. You didn't talk about that. I turned y'all into the FBI in 2010. You didn't talk about that. Corey McRae know this. He heard the tapes. Sitnor know this. He heard the tapes. Speaker Jones got a whistleblower's application and won't even answer the emails. So we're going to put all that on the table for the voters, because I waited till y'all sat in them seats before I put that paperwork on you. On December the 24th, I went home on vacation. I came back on probation. On 24th of December, I went to the Waukegan New Sun, and I told them I was going to sue them. when I told him that a white lady named Miss Jeong said that I threatened her, just like Emmett Till. No, I don't stutter when I talk. And when I said what I said, it was on videotape. And that videotape was in the Waukegan Police Department's evidence locker. Ken LaRue went into the evidence locker on February the 20th and took that tape out and destroyed it. That tape don't exist no more. It showed the Christmas party. It showed the Zion Police Department. It showed the Waukegan Police Department. It showed Sheriff Coran in the Lake County Jail, because I gave each one of y'all a videotape. And I can prove it, because I got the master copies of everything. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and MySpace. On December the 11th, 2006, I told you the name Shorty gonna mean something. So since 2006, I've been building my brand. Shorty's Bootleg Barbecue. Shorty's Underground. Yeah, the Baltimore Block. I built my brand. You feel me? Now all I'm gonna do is marketing and distribution. I changed my product, I didn't change my hustle. Marketing and distribution. Baltimore, rewired. When I say what I say about these politicians, when I say you can't do nothing about it. You gotta eat that shit the way I ate that shit when y'all locked me up for that shit. You feel that shit? Fair exchange ain't no stick up without a gun. And I ain't gonna stick you up with a gun. I'm gonna stick you up with the truth and the Constitution. Under the Fifth Amendment, you gotta compensate me for my losses. 2021, it's the grand jury of the Supreme Court. And if you take it to the Supreme Court, I'm gonna get more money, because it's gonna cost me more time. You feel me? Didn't nobody go to jail with me? Didn't nobody, you feel me? But I documented everything. We're gonna talk about the war on drugs. We're gonna equate it to the violence in Baltimore City. And we're gonna talk about the police, the politics, and the politicians. And if you got a problem with me, go see Farmer Nail. Farmer Nail got my evidence. Go see Kwaise Mfume. He got my evidence. Go see Brandon Scott. Tell Brandon Scott to show all the emails. Go to Myrna from the Baltimore City Police Department and get all the emails since Batts, Belfield, Davis. Contact Ed Norris. Get all the emails. Because emails is evidence. It's also a paper trail. It's called entrapment. I use your laws, your justice, and your Constitution. And you call me a terrorist. It don't work like that. Remember the trial with the Chicago 7? Y'all tried to throw Bobby Seals underneath the bus. And then the same day, y'all killed Fred Hampton. Y'all killing activists, and y'all killing people that do work like me. You killed Martin, you killed Malcolm, you killed Medgar Evers, you killed Bobby Kennedy, you killed Robert F. Kennedy. Because America don't want to be great. America want to keep this hate going. So Democrats and Republicans, 2021, I want my freedom. I'm gonna file for political asylum with the United States, with the United Nations, and I'm gonna give it everything. Everything that President Trump got, everything that President Obama had, everything that President Bush got, the Secret Service, the Department of Justice, and the FBI. Because see, when y'all did what y'all did to Martin and Malcolm and Fred Hampton, y'all had a dossier. Y'all had a file on the FBI, kept a file on all them. So I did something backwards. I gave the FBI everything I was doing from the beginning. Every time I had police contact, call the FBI. Every time I had a problem with somebody, call the FBI. Pissed y'all off, call the FBI. Call the Secret Service. We're going to use them phone records. And them phone records is evidence for a federal investigation. Governor O'Malley's office. My name is Tony Bridges. Yeah. My name is John Bailey. Yeah. I recorded all the phone calls. Sex, lies, and videotapes. Baltimore, rewired. Social media for social change. It's December. It's my birthday. Birthdays is the worst days, because I buried my mother and I buried my son. Never mess with a black man's family, because some things is worth dying for. And I'm giving you a lesson before dying. I'm 61 years old. I've been in these streets since 1972. I know judges, lawyers, and politicians, and I know how this shit go. So 2021, let us design. Grand jury for Scott Shellenberger to be disbarred. I want those criminal charges against Jake Davis, James Hammond, Brother Insurance, Bank of America, and SunTrust Bank. I want Governor O'Malley charged the same way that you charged Blagojevich, for selling seats, because O'Malley been selling seats. He been selling black seats. And we go in front of the grand jury. I'm gonna tell you how he been selling them seats. Ask Corey McRae. Ask Nick Mosby how he kept his seat and how he went around from city council to state delegate to city council president. I'm gonna show you how they bought and sold these seats. I'm gonna show you how you play Monopoly. I'm gonna show you this game. The game is to be sold, it ain't to be told. And this is for sale. $2.6 million in lost wages. $130 million for the 13 tapes that you took. Each one of them tapes is $10 million. That's 13 different movies. During this pandemic, they're changing the game for the movie distribution. So I'm gonna sell my product to Universal. I'm gonna sell my product to whoever wanna buy it. It's legal, it's in your face, social media. I use your tools against you to dismantle your house, brick by brick, block by block. Have a seat. Like I said, I got my protest hat. This is my political hat. This is my Schaefer hat. When I come down to Annapolis, I'm going to have my suit, my tie, I'm going to have my hair. I'm going to be fresh and clean. I'm going to give you that pimp juice. Now, you go to Lake County, Illinois, ask Val King. I made Val King a promise. I told Val King I wouldn't put my hands on nobody. And I ain't put my hands on nobody. I made a promise to my mama and I made a promise to my son. I'm a man of my word. When I give you my promise, it means something around here. Mic check.